Being lustful can destroy everything. Everything you done worked hard for. Everything you done built. Being lustful can destroy everything. Usually for a man, there's always a woman. There's always a woman that becomes a man's like downfall in a lustful way. Um, and I'm not speaking down on women, but I'm gonna be honest. Most men of power, most men that have built something for themselves from the ground up, usually have a strong woman by their side that's been with them through thick and thin most of the time. Sometimes, it's just the man that built his life up. But any man knows that there's nothing like the comfort of a woman. There's nothing like the reassurance of a woman. But a man can have a strong, loyal woman that's for him by his side. And that man will still battle with lust. Lust will still try to infiltrate what that man has for himself, what that man has going in his life, what that man has going with his partner. See, with lust, it don't just come to you when you at the top, when you're doing good in life. Lust can come at you at any point in your life, when you in the middle, when you at rock bottom, when you at the top. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, as humans, we all want to feel good. And we all have different preferences and things that we like. And I'm going to speak from a man's perspective, right? A woman is always going to be a man's weakness. A woman is always going to be a man's weakness. I don't care what nobody say. A woman is always going to be a man's weakness. And you know what's funny? It's like when a woman comes to a man in a lustful way, she always matches the look that he likes in every way. Whatever you like, whether you like them thick, double cheeked up, hair down her back, short, slim, thick, skinny, short hair, brown eyes, green eyes, whatever you like. Whatever you like, that is the form that lust will come to you in. And with lust, it always comes to you in these compromising positions where if you were to dabble with this lustful being, you will jeopardize everything you have going for yourself. But it's just so tempting. It's, I can't resist because this is what I like. Mind you, a man can have a woman. A man can have a woman he's been with for years, that's been by his side through thick and thin. But at the same time, that woman could be what he finds attractive. But then here goes lust. That is everything he finds attractive, physically. And that's the hardest thing, is to tell yourself, this ain't for me. This is a trick. This is a setup. This is a trap. I can't fall to this trap, because if I fall for this trap, more than likely I'm going to mess everything up that I got going for myself. And it's not worth it. I can only speak from my experience. I've had females that came into my life unexpectedly that I couldn't put my finger on why I was so hesitant with dealing with them. Not because I didn't find them attractive. The funny thing about it was they were physically my type and everything. It was almost like they were perfect. She had the personality type that I liked. She had the physical aesthetic that I liked. But it was just something in my spirit that just, something was just telling me, don't do it. Don't do it. This ain't what you think it is. Don't do it. I can't explain to you what that was. You know what I'm saying? And I've had a lot of situations like that. And funny enough, those situations with those females never really worked out. Because I never went all the way with going far as getting acquainted with them on a personal level or whatever. But it was always when I decided to not make that move, they somehow just disappeared. Whether they got fired, they left, they moved, went to a different school. It was always something that would happen when I made that choice and decision to say no. When something deep down inside of me was pushing me to say no. And it's like, again, I don't know what directly that was all about, but I have to kind of piece everything together like a puzzle and just say it has something to do with lust, because I was overly infatuated with these women that I was getting around and socializing around, but something was stopping me. And it's also funny that this is around the exact same time I started to get my life together. This is around the exact same time I was about to graduate from community college. It was so stressful during that last stretch before graduation. And then right around that stretch, it was this female that came out of nowhere, giving me all these signs of interest, trying to find ways to talk to me. And on top of that, she double cheeked up. She everything that I like. Black chick, thick, pretty. I've been seeing her. I've been kind of, but it's like we never had no one-on-one interaction until that period of time where I was on my heels with school and I had to pass these tests and these finals and I had to study and I had to stay focused. And around that time, boom, here she come. Don't know nothing about what I got going on outside of this place. But for some reason, they always come to you when you got something very important or something very vital to build or to become. That's when lust comes into your life. You got to be aware and you got to understand that lust is part of life. You're going to always deal with lust, but you got to also remember you can always feel when something's off. You can always feel when something's off. And that takes a lot of intuition. Now, like I say, as men, women are going to always be our biggest lust craving. Amongst other things in life, in the world, we are lustful about. I'm just going to be honest. It's always going to be women when it comes to a man. And it's in us to want to be with a woman. But you have to be careful that you use your discernment when you are dealing with different women, when you are on the up and up, or even when you at the bottom or in the middle. You have to always go off of your gut feeling. And this is the same thing for women. Women, I understand there's men that you probably just don't know why this man came into your life and you just like, man, and you just something about him. You don't know what it is, but something in you is saying you shouldn't mess with him, and you still mess with him. So it goes both ways, but you got to be mindful of your lust. You have to check your lust, because your lust can destroy everything you got going good in your life, and it's not worth it. And I'm having to tell myself this right now, like today, like, be very mindful of your decisions when you are out here in this world. You can have 30,000 good decisions, and one bad decision can fuck everything up. It's not about being perfect. It's not about avoiding lust like you're a perfect person, but it's about just being aware, being able to understand where your life is at and figure out how would this person fit into my life at this point, and why are they trying to come into my life at this point. You have to ask yourself these questions. So just be mindful and be safe out here, because lust, it don't care. The damage that it does to people, it doesn't care. We all deal with it. But you got to stay strong. You got to stay strong, because it can destroy everything you got going for yourself. So that's the vid for today, man. Y'all stay strong, man. Y'all hang in there, man. Peace.